Just got a call to come look at a John Deere Z-Rider. Customer states was just mowing the grass and it died like you turned the key off. So let's go out here and look at this. It may be an electrical issue, might be fuel issue, don't know. That's why we have to diagnose. Alrighty guys, so I just verified that it is a crank and die. You can choke it, crank it, and it will run for a 1 second and then shut off. So first thing I did was verify that I had adequate fuel flow from the fuel pump, and I do. The next step, I'm going to check to see if I have voltage to my fuel cutoff solenoid or anti-afterfire solenoid. So let's check and see if we have 12 volts to the solenoid. So I've got the probes hooked up, and as you can tell, I'm not getting the proper voltage. I'm only getting 550 millivolts, which is probably just some backfeed from the wiring harness. So we got to figure out why we're not getting 12 volts to the shutoff solenoid. All right, I've hooked the fuel solenoid back up, and let's come over here to this ignition switch. You should be able to hear that solenoid working. When you turn this key on, off, on. Now I'm just going to wiggle it a little bit, and I hope the microphone can pick it up. I'm jiggling. It only does it once in a while when it wants to. Here we go. The key switch is bad. To be able to get to the switch, you have to take these screws out. They're like a T15 or a T20, maybe a 25, I think. And then lastly, just loosen this bolt here so you can slide this whole assembly up and out of the way, and we can get to the switch pretty easy. I kind of had a gut feeling it was going to be the switch. However, when I went to the parts department, this is the switch they gave me. This is a John Deere switch, but it doesn't fit this particular model. Let me show you why. This is a regular index switch, and look at that corrosion. My goodness. Let's back probe the connector and see if we can get our 12 volts back there at the solenoid. I got my key switch jumpered, and as you can tell, we're getting 12.25 volts to the plug now. So I verified that the switch is going to be the culprit here. Alrighty guys, I've got to go back to the shop and get the right switch. I just hope that we have one in stock. So whenever the engine would crank and die, you have to realize that that fuel solenoid does not make a positive seal into the main jet. So what's happening is fuel is seeping past that fuel solenoid just enough to run on the residual that's leaking past that little pintle. Basically whatever fuel is in the emulsion tube is getting burned because the fuel solenoid is closed, but whatever has seeped past, like I said, that little pintle, it's burning that off and then immediately dying because it can't get fuel. So once we get the new key switch installed and we get that solenoid, power to that solenoid like it's supposed to, it should just crank and run like a brand new one. But like I said, I got to run to the shop, got to get me another switch, and then make the trip back out here. So I mean, I've got an hour's worth of windshield time wasted because I didn't have the right part. It's not my job to look up parts. I'm the mechanic. And yes, I should have been able to look at that switch and say, no, this ain't the right one. But I haven't been, we haven't had these John Deere zero turns for very long. We've got a whole fleet of them. But as far as electrical problems, we just haven't had many electrical problems with these. Had a lot of deck issues. Of course, these operators, man, they just think that they can just dukes a hazard right up a curb, and I've seen them actually break the transmission housings. Guys, I hate to do it to you, but I'm going to have to do a two-parter on this video. I don't have that switch in stock. Evidently, either ran out, or this particular machine, this 925A, is different than some of the rest of the fleet mowers that we have. So parts are on order, should be here in a couple days, but hey, at least we got a diag out of it. I'm pretty sure most of you can install a switch, but anyway, hey, if this helped you out, please give me a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one. Probably some videos in between now and then this part 2, but once I get the parts in, we'll run out there and put it on, and we'll verify our repair. Y'all have a good one. Mower Medic 1.